Hey, have you ever been like, man, I like this subject I'm learning, but it's hard to grasp, and the way it's taught makes me kind of feel like I'm learning an alien language. I wish there was a way to help me understand better. Well, oh boy, howdy, do I have a solution for you. Introducing educational psychology. Educational psychology is the study of how people learn and the implications drawn from teaching. Basically, it means that it helps a learner get from point A to point B and how to improve it so that they succeed. Educational psychology belongs to one of the five pillars of psychology. The five pillars are the main overarching topics of psychology. They are biological, cognitive, development, social and personality, and physical and mental health. Ours belongs to this bad boy right here. This is because developmental is all about how and why humans change across their lifetimes, and educational psychology aims to do that in a specific way. Educational psychology aims to explore the psychological processes involved in learning, specifically the relationships between learning and the physical and social environments. An example of learning in physical environment could be having a poster on the wall that talks about a recent topic you discussed in class. Students could look at this to help them remember and learn the new material. One for social learning would be through the uses of rewards, such as being put on the honor roll and receiving an award at an. You can see this exploration being done through the research conducted. In the research conducted, they tend to center around strategies for enhancing the learning process. According to my research, one great example of this would be this study from 2019. The goal of this study was to see if the characteristics of a classroom and a teacher's instructional method had an impact on a student's motivation. The way they went about testing this was by giving a select amount of students a survey about one specific class, and then giving the teacher in the corresponding class a survey as well. Student surveys asked about academic outcome, personal goal orientation, learning approach, students' perceived responsibility for learning, self-regulation, and self-efficacy for self-regulated learning. Efficacy. Efficacy. I always struggle at this word. Efficacy. Self-efficacy basically means someone's belief in themselves that they can do something. And what they're trying to see within this study is if a high self-efficacy has an effect on a person's ability to achieve. What the researchers found was quite interesting. Students' goals toward doing well, learning approach, and the students' perceived responsibility didn't meaningfully impact their grades at all. They found it was actually strongly tied to a student's self-efficacy in themselves and the self-efficacy they have for regulated learning. When it comes to the teacher survey, there was an overlap in the kinds of questions asked between the students and the teachers, but one distinct thing that was observed was their instructional approach. The three instructional approaches observed were mastery, performance, and responsibility. Responsibility placed the individual responsibility of the class on the students entirely. This was shown to negatively impact grades within the class. Mastery placed responsibility on the teachers entirely. This was shown somewhat effective, but not that great. The strongest, however, was our final approach, which is the performance approach. This bad boy places responsibility on both the students and the teachers. By the researchers looking at this, it helps us and them to know a little more about what is and isn't effective in the classroom. Those researchers are doing such a cool job, aren't they? Educational psychology has a lot of interesting jobs in general, including jobs that center around schools. These use educational psychology to directly work with students in an educational environment to help them succeed. Some jobs dive into research and development. These use educational psychology to help find new and improved ways to help people succeed, whether a student or a job. Some even help people in tough situations. They use educational psychology to find ways to help these people struggling get back onto their feet and back in their A game. With all the jobs listed, it shows you jobs that you can go into if you're interested in the field, or someone you can turn to when you need help. From what is educational psychology to where it stems, from all the cool research being done to the jobs that are gems. You now know the basics of what you need to learn from educational psychology to help you grow and succeed. Thank you for watching.